Look, there's a lot of streets in boxing right now. There's a lot of streets.
I'm not saying that Spence is scared. I'm just saying that they see that Crawford no joke.
That being said, if the fight gets big enough somewhere down the road, and we're talking about a lot of commas in the numbers,
you're like, man, when are we gonna see Bud and Errol Spence?
Then somewhere down the road they'll find a way to make the fight.
Fight fans, welcome back.
He wants Keith Thurman himself, but he also wants you.
Well, y'all already know who I want. I've been calling them out all day.
Two warriors with 67 wins combined.
This man is putting people in the hospital.
All four belts begging to be unified. An undisputed welterweight king for the first time in the four-belt era.
Hey, you gonna look like Motivedia. You!
The full closer look feature is still being cooked up. So here in the meantime is a little dive into some of the trash talk, the history, and the public opinion between two of boxing's biggest stars.
It'd be tough to go against Crawford right now. Notice nobody calls Crawford out.
Everybody know who I want next. I want Terence Crawford next.
Welcome to a Motivedia presentation.
Hopefully, you know, I don't break his face too bad and just, you know, come out with the victory.
Welterweight champion Terence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. They've announced that they'll fight one another for the undisputed welterweight crown.
Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence will be an explosion. I can guarantee it.
In December 2020, Errol Spence stepped into a ring for the first time in over a year.
Tonight, in a remarkable return to the ring, he is making his 5th world title appearance.
It was remarkable that the man trained by Derek James was even moving again, let alone competing at a championship level.
Errol Spence is the one that's starting the action and ending the action and starting the action again.
And then coming off the car crash, this has just been an outstanding look. The welterweight champion of the world.
And still
returning against a fighter of Danny Garcia's danger exemplified what the silky southpaw is all about.
You know what can I say, man? He's a true champion. I'm a true champion. We fought hard for 12 rounds. And the judges gave it to him. He was the better man. I'm here for a reason. And, you know, I basically proved that, you know, I'm back and I'm here to stay. And I'm the unified champion of the world. You can't hold me down.
Somebody asked him if he's going to be worried about like your counterpunching, and he was just like, Danny Garcia is the best counterpuncher in the world. How do you feel about him kind of comparing your counterpunching style to like Danny Garcia? Man?
He is a tremendous counterpuncher, but at the same time, Danny's not a boxer. You know, Danny's arms is shorter. He can make somewhat a comparison, but me and Danny fight two different fighting styles.
Dismissing Garcia, then Cuba's Yordenis Ugas.
When Errol Spence punches in combination, he is a tough man to deal with.
Strike light, lighten it. Built like Leviathan. Legends never die. I'm living with no hyphen it.
Errol has not been overly active, but when he plants his feet, violence usually follows.
When he did the Ugas, that was crazy. I didn't think he was going to do that like that.
You might have to hurt him or knock him out, because you turn around and if Crawford messes around, he can be down 4 rounds to 1 after 5 rounds, and not against the guy who's looking to survive, against the guy who's looking to beat you up.
I got a feeling you don't know who you're dealing with.
You know, on the other hand, Spence also has to worry about the fact that he's been through a lot in his life so far.
You're flying through the air, not knowing if you're going to live.
Right.
You don't know how people adjust to that.
Hopefully he's okay. Hopefully he's okay. And he said he's getting back to the gym and getting back after it. Him and Terence is the fight.
Spence Jr. has gone through a life-threatening car wreck in 2019, and then he had surgery for a detached retina in August of 21.
I don't think Spence has been the same since the crash.
He hasn't been the same.
Inactivity.
If this were 3 years ago or whatever, before that car accident, I would have went with Spence.
I think it was better before he had that accident. And I think that accident took some out of him.
I'm gonna go with Crawford, because I think the accident from after the accident with Errol Spence, I don't think he'd been looking the same.
Hey man, stuff happens, man. Of course I'm not the same. But I'm better than a lot of these other fighters.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, bro. Why y'all ducking and dodging each other? Y'all gonna wait till one of you guys are 40, the other guy gonna be 43, and talk about, okay, let's have a fight. Okay. Nah, ain't nobody watching that.
Of course, I think it'll happen. you know, but I think it has something to do with Top Rank and PBC.
Awful. They never pushed him in the right way. They never promoted him correctly. He should be a megastar.
Who want to get the most of the pot? That's probably what it is.
Yes.
For some, Terence Crawford has been his own worst enemy, spending too long on the other side of the street.
I'm A-side. Terence Crawford got to come around the street. He got to leave ESPN and come to Showtime with Fox.
Then people will draw their conclusions that the PBC guys were using the street as an excuse.
I don't feel that these guys who are working so hard should have their dream circumvented now because of the politics of the world that they don't control.
But if Terence was to somewhat end up over there, I still don't see the fight happening. I still don't see the fight happening.
It's a tough task. Can you get through 12 rounds without Spence wearing on you?
Contracted to Top Rank, staring across with envy as his PBC rivals settled their differences.
Is there a message you want to give to Spence?
I don't got to give no message to nobody. Everybody see what I've done in the welterweight division.
Close to cementing the fight of a generation, this fiercely independent pugilist inked a deal with a minor new network.
The only question is, who's going to be willing to fight it? You don't see nobody calling out Bud.
The overall stakes simply could not be any higher. The pair have spent years circling the wagons, promising to get it on.
He better fight in Terence Crawford. Who has he fought? The only name fight you fight is Yorkers Game Boy, the guy that he fought. All the time, smoking mirrors. He hasn't beat anybody, bro.
One leg. I'm gonna make you do the stanky leg.
What you want to bet on that?
What you want to bet
on?
on?
You can bet 100,000 on that.
Let's bet $1 million.
Easy.
Even though they claim that no trash talk is needed to sell a fight of such magnitude.
Should Terence Crawford be intimidated to fight Spence?
Oh, hell no.
These proud warriors could not resist a bite.
Try that body shot shit.
I'm gonna stop you. I'm gonna stop you. Easy. That shit gonna be easy work. I promise you.
I'm solid as a rock.
But when you get in that ring, two undefeated fighters that's capable of knocking you out are going up against one another. So give us a taste.
It's a mutual respect there, you know, but come fight night, we're gonna try to kill each other.
Yeah, everybody already know. As soon as I get in the ring, I'm stepping. I see Terence Crawford different at 140. I don't know how he's going to do at 147. 147 is a different type of animal. We're bigger, we're stronger, we're faster than a lot of guys at 140. I don't know how he'll do at 140.
Hurt by getting bull. You got hurt by getting bull.
Eventually lands an uppercut.
You got hurt by getting bull. Oh, look over. And you got hurt by Kilbrook.
Win.
On the right from Brook. And an uppercut.
We seen you get wobbly leg. We seen you get wobbly leg.
Then what?
We seen you
after that.
You measure greatness by errors. You had the Sugar Ray Robinson error.
There goes his mouthpiece, and Graziano hits the canvas.
You had the Ali error. The Marvin Hagler, the Tommy Hearn.
And a left hand by Hagler.
I'm gonna show each and every one of y'all why. This era is the Terence Crawford era.
He's a great man too, but I'm a breaker. And I'm gonna show everybody why I am the best fighter in boxing, period.
For whatever reason, it didn't happen, but he took the bait, and now July 29th, we got the fight, and I'm gonna get him to the bank.
How does it play out?
It play out me just, breaking them, mentally, physically, shit, damn near spiritually.
Oh no, it was just letting each other know that it's time. We're here now, and there's no more wrong side of the street. We both acknowledging that this is that moment.
Can't do nothing less than go in there and dominate like you're supposed to.
He was a 5'7" super heavyweight, like weighing 300-something pounds. Like, you not disciplined, so how you gonna tell other fighters to be disciplined when you not disciplined?
Nothing else bigger than in the sport of boxing right now. I truly don't know who's gonna win.
I think they're both scared of each other. And honestly, I think people are all expecting one fight. That fight's gonna suck.
It's gonna be interesting. I like Crawford, but it ain't gonna be an easy fight, I don't think.
Some believe that the injuries sustained in Spence's high-speed road smash will catch up on him, and that once a ruthless operator like Crawford lays hands on the damaged frame, it will gently crumble.
You can't know if we'll ever see the Errol Spence that we saw before. Hopefully we do, and better.
I think you have to start leaning towards Crawford just because of Spencer's car crashes. He had a problem with his retina in his eyes.
And Crawford, although he also has been really about boxing for a lot of years now. Usually that guy will have the advantage in the moment of truth.
Errol's been very clear he doesn't want anything other than big fights. He doesn't take tune-ups, not even after car accidents, not even after time off. So it's going to be a big fight.
The way he's looked since the accident.
Nah, he's looking good. You know, he's a good fighter. He's a great fighter.
Many analysts view Errol as functional and consistent. Others deem him basic and repetitive.
There's something that we've never seen Spence fight. And to me, that's a puncher boxer, somebody who's truly athletic, similar to a Crawford and a Keith Thurman.
I think that Crawford can maybe dissect him slowly but surely.
When they both get in deep water, because they both gonna get tested in a different kind of way, I want to see the response. I'm looking for those kind of things, those deeper layer type of things, and we won't get those answers until they fight.
Bud has a devilish streak, but relishes the battle so much it leaves him open and vulnerable.
And then starts finding your weaknesses, and then he gets nasty with you. And I love one of the things I like about him is how f***ing mean he is.
However, if he catches the truth napping like Ugas briefly managed, it could end swiftly.
Errol wins, it's by knockout. If Terence wins, he outboxes him. I can't see Errol outboxing Terence. I'm not getting into it.
With a couple of common opponents, their respective styles can be judged.
Who's the biggest puncher out of Spence and Crawford? Being there with
I'd say Spence.
Spence?
Yeah. I'd say Spence.
But my dad has always been high on Spence, and my dad can't recognize real.
Gets ahead, starts controlling the fight with his jab and backing Crawford up, then I can see Spence winning. If Crawford goes in there and finds a rhythm, then it might be, a W for Crawford.
Errol got hold of both Sean Porter and Kell Brook first.
Straight away when told. Both you watch your heads in close. Good luck to you both. Touch gloves. Go lads.
Bud ended up stopping each man.
Vicious attack to close the areas, but
While Porter later revealed that Spence hits the hardest of the two champions, he gives Bud the advantage.
He can counterattack with Spence comes forward. He can switch it up a little bit more, and Errol's more heavy-handed, but Crawford's a little more athletic.
Crawford has shown adaptability in previous fights, switching southpaw to orthodox, dictating terms to opponents, whether outboxing Ricky Burns or destroying Julius Ndogo. Terence enjoys standing in the pocket and getting hit.
Those punches he was throwing, they weren't landing, bro. I didn't throw any power off him. I was taking them like nothing, and I get caught. It is what it is. Like I said, it's boxing.
Two top-level talents who love a fight, ready to take one to land one. When you're used to imposing your will, making people break, what happens when the man in front refuses to move?
I've been having my eyes on Spence since 2017.
Errol Spence different. He punches, like the way he punches, the hand speed, the athletic ability, the heart, etc. But Terence Crawford also a different kind of cat.
You can give us a fight, shining, dazzling, splendid. Tell me, Fury Dow, when did you last let your gut decide? Come on, open your eyes. Ignore promoters' next blunder. It's time to lay down the thunder on a magic title fight. A whole new match. A new fantastic boogaloo. No money grubbers tell us no. Tell them where to go. Of this the fans are dreaming. A whole new fight. a dazzling brawl that's overdue. When the belts are all unified, you might decide, and now you're in a whole new world with every Motivedia presentation.